Live, and we are live. We are live. All right. All right. Welcome, everyone. Happy Tuesday evening. This is Peg Tucker, and I'm coming to you from Plattsburgh, New York. And I have the pleasure and the privilege of speaking to a friend of mine tonight, Alia Jamal. And Alia's got some really amazing energy, amazing courses that I just think are so relevant right now. I really think that we really need to all open our hearts and just pull out the love and share and embrace each other. So yeah, Alia, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Peg, for having me here. I'm so excited.
I'm really thrilled to have you. Where are you calling in from, Alia?
I'm from Lodi, New Jersey.
Lodi.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. We talked about this. I'm a Jersey
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
So you I was looking at your site, Alia, and I wanted to first of all let everyone know, if you are watching live, please leave comments. I'm kind of new to StreamYard, so I'm not sure that we will see this comments, but Alia and I will go back and answer your questions. And please smash the heart button. Please share this. If you've got somebody, I would love for you to give us some love and share it if you know people that can get some value out of this. And I'm sure you do, because, like I said, we all need to raise our vibration. We need to spread some love right now, as a world.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Love
so
heals.
what's that?
Love heals.
Love heals. Yes, yes. And I was reading on your site, how you were on your group, and if you'd like to, I'm going to put this up here. If you'd like to check Alia out, you've got this group that she's got on Facebook that you can just go to and join. And I'll put that back up later. But so Alia, tell us a little bit about what you do, about the type of coaching that you do, and the programs that you have.
So, everybody, my name is Alia Jamal, and I call myself the love coach, and I help women unravel unconditional love within themselves. And what I have done in my own practice, I'm a fully trained pranic healer. If you're not familiar with it, it's a kind of energy healing. And I have trained with four different certification. I'm a master level coach in strategic intervention. But what I did almost a year and a half ago, I discovered a heart. I discovered the power of heart and how heart's energy can just heal our whole life, everything we have going on in our brain regarding worry, anxiety, stress, depression, everything. It's so much easier to heal it with heart. So I have combined both of my modalities. And what I teach women is how to go inward and how to heal just their heart. We do all different kind of stuff, letting go of the past, beliefs, and whatnot. But primarily, we focus everything on the heart, how we are going to heal it. And because I'm a healer as well, I can keep checking like how the progress is going on.
Mm.
If their heart chakra is still heavy, what more needs to be worked on. Once we do that, what happen is we get connected to this unlimited love within us, and that is from our heart, and it connects us to our soul. Only our heart can do that. Our mind or brain is not designed that way. And then this amazing thing happened, which I called inside out love. And a woman or anybody, a man, a human, we just become love. So it's like you're just channeling love all the time. And what I have seen with my clients, they don't just love themselves unconditionally after going through this process, but they start loving everybody in their life. Like, if they had any difficult relationship, they become so much easier. They just understand. So all the tension melts away and their life just becomes super easy. And they're able to, share that with others, not because they have to or because they want to. It just comes out of them. It's like oozing love out
Oh,
of you. Yeah.
I love that. I love that because, I mean, when you think about it, it's so much easier to be around someone who loves themselves.
Yeah.
who
It is.
really, I mean, genuinely, not in a trying to cover something up way, not in
Yeah.
a verbose way, but in a genuine love for themselves and caring for yourself. I always go back to this because 2 years ago, I really didn't get the choosing myself, that was not a selfish act. And now that I figured that out, I'm like, I want to shout it from the rooftops because it really changed the way I show up in the world.
Yeah. It
So,
does.
there's so much anxiety in the world right now, and so much. You talk about self-sabotage too. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, so basically what happened, 0 to 7, when we are growing up, that's when we pick up all the things from our surrounding, and those are the patterns from our parents, from whoever is around us, and we are um, in a brain development stage where we are just absorbing everything.
Mm,
Those are our blueprints, how we are going to act in long term. So when we become an adult, let's say, somebody who's in their early 20s, they're just like, oh, I just can't seem to do what I want to do. Or even if they go after their dreams, after 2 years, they're just going down because they have never done that healing work that was required. So they stay in that self sabotage pattern. And what we end up doing is healing the heart. When we heal the heart and we reclaim our true identity, then we are letting go of whatever we have learned from our parents that's not serving us. It could be maybe criticism, it could be maybe, a lot of neglect or abuse that we went through. And once we are connected with our heart, there's no self sabotage
mm,
because it's almost like you're living from your soul, not from your physical body. You're
mm,
living from your soul, and there's no self sabotage there. There's only love there, and you know your passion, and you just keep moving forward in life with that passion and energy.
mm. I love
It's so
that.
beautiful and it's so easy. I can't say
Wow.
enough about it.
Isn't that amazing? These things that are, like what I was talking about too, these things that are so easy, but if you don't know that they're possible,
Yeah,
then you can't, then that's kind of a form of, it's almost kind of a form of self-sabotaging, not being open to knowing that something is possible, not being open to something that's new, and taking care of that part of yourself. And also probably, you were talking about parents probably just seeing a mom or a dad who didn't take care of themselves and didn't
yeah,
love themselves, and so you modeled yourself after them, right?
yeah. And what I see the problem there, we all, from very young age, we have heard it's very good to give, be the giving person. The giving hand is better than the taking hand. Give, give, give. And especially as women, that's what we are taught. You're going to grow up, have a family, raise your kids. You're going to take care of the kids, take care of the husband. We are just taught giving is a very noble thing. Yes, it's a very noble thing, but if you're not giving to yourself, then you're just robbing yourself from that energy. So what we see in a lot of women, so just combining my healing background in it, a lot of women, they have breast issues. They
Mm-hmm.
would have breast cancer. They would have GI tract issues, like in their stomach. And, so all that is coming from overgiving. So when I'm talking to a client and, I ask them, like, is there anything going on with your health, like any physical symptom? Because those physical symptoms are just telling us how much we have neglected ourselves. We did not give ourselves that energy and we just kept giving it out because it feels good. It feels to give to others. But that is false sense of giving. It's kind of like we get attached to it. Um, and when we become a little bit selfish, just a little bit selfish, and we spend maybe 5 minutes with ourselves in the morning before taking on the day's routine and taking care of our family, then we give them from a very full cup.
Yes.
So then we are not robbing ourselves from that energy. And I teach women, you are your firstborn. So adopt
Mhm.
yourself as your firstborn.
Yeah,
You need
I
to
like.
feed that kid first. I mean, we know that as a mother, we are very attached to the firstborn. That's like first motherhood experience. So I use the same analogy. I'm like, you need to feed yourself first. You need to buy things for yourself first, whatever you need, um, and then you will see how much more energetic you will feel in life, and loving and caring, not because you should be giving it because you want to, or it's just coming out of you.
Mm,
Yeah, more
mm.
healthier way of being.
I am getting so much out of this. I'm just you're got me walking a path through my childhood and my the role models that I had and my grandparents and my parents and for me it probably was my dad who was the always the giver and didn't I remember as well a kid and all through my adult life my dad has passed now for 11 years now and he always wanted to there was a trip that he always wanted to take and he wouldn't do it because he just wouldn't do it because he didn't want to spend the money. He wanted to leave the money for
Yeah,
his kids, and we
yeah,
were just like, Dad, take the trip,
yeah,
go. And so yeah, so those are things that are just ingrained in your head, right?
yeah,
And I see what you're saying. You need your heart to
yeah,
to heal, to let it go, to get in touch with your soul.
yeah. And our soul is always talking to us. It wants to connect with us because that's where our purpose, our mission, everything lives. And when we connect with it, it's like you just know you have this deep knowing of where to go, when to go, what to do. um, I don't have to think anymore what to say, who to say. Like all those things are so natural, that as an adult, they kind of become a burden. Oh, watch what you say, where you say, the tone you say with. All I do, I just um, go down from my head, like bring my awareness to my heart, connect with it, breathe there a few times, and I know it's coming from my soul.
Mm,
And it's like, just let's just go with it now.
yeah. That reminds me of something I heard Breanne Brown talking about having a strong back and a soft front. So having that strong posture
Yeah,
and having an open and soft heart.
yeah.
Just kind of remind, even, if you're going into a difficult situation, just reminding yourself of that.
Yeah, and
Oh,
that
that was,
that's beautiful. It's so much easier to do it this way.
yeah. Yeah. So, I loved what you said about you are your firstborn and taking care of yourself first. And like I said, that did not come naturally to me. Um, but now that I do it, now that I take some time for myself in the morning, um, it's become non-negotiable.
Yeah,
That is my time, but it has changed the way I show up for everything,
yeah,
for my family, for my husband, for for what I do for a living, for everyone that I deal with. It's made me a better person. It's been a gift to them.
yeah.
That
Exactly, exactly.
people taking care of this. I mean, it was hard for me to wrap my head around. It was Peter Passetto's book, that and I know
Active choice.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it was that when I read that first chapter in his book called Choose You, I
yeah.
literally opened up the chapter, read the few first sentences, and went, "No, this chapter isn't for me," because I don't have time.
Yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, we can justify anything that we want to make a priority, right? Because we all
yeah,
have the same amount of time in a day.
yeah.
So yeah. So your courses. Do you have a course like coming up right now that you want to tell us about?
So right now I have a workshop coming up called Trust Yourself.
Oh, nice.
And it would be on February 20th, I believe. But I'll start sharing about it from tomorrow. I don't have any dates to go yet. but I'm going to start talking about it. And the reason I chose trust yourself, because this is how I have connected dots. It's kind of like egg and chicken story. Does the love come first or the trust come first? When even if we meet somebody, do we just fall in love with them and then we start trusting them, or do we trust them and that's why we love them?
Mm,
I have worked with that question a lot, because but one thing we know, whoever we love, we trust, and whoever we trust, we definitely love them too.
mm-hmm.
And then, you know, sometime in a love relationship, we lose the trust, and that's when people part ways.
Right.
And the same thing happened in our relationship with ourselves. If we don't trust ourselves to take the steps that are needed to move forward in life, whether it would be walk away from a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
change the career that's not serving you, um, buy a bigger house, get a better car, start taking care of yourself, or make any kind of bigger decisions about ourselves. That is trusting ourselves. If we feel like we freeze in our tracks whenever we want to move forward, for some people, it's like let go of their job and build their dream business that they want. That means there's still not enough love. There's still room to have more love and more connection with ourselves. So when I talk about love, it's generally everyone love themselves to different level. But when it comes to trust, like it speaks more to everybody. Do you really trust yourself to take this leap or not? So I designed a workshop just to focus on that, how to trust yourself. Because I do know a lot of women who have a very good career, they have very good everything, but that trust is missing because they basically kind of followed a
Um,
pathway that was followed by other women. They went to college, got a good degree, have a really good job, making a good income. Everything is in place. Maybe have, like, you know, a husband and kids and home, everything. They don't trust themselves to make bigger decision, or how to like make that leap of faith, or just just be open and be themselves.
mm-hmm.
But they're somebody, they're following somebody, but they are not just being themselves. That's where I thought, like, I'm gonna come up with this workshop called Trust Yourself.
Uh-huh.
Truly trust yourself, and then we can build on love from there.
Love it. So you're when you're so in that class, then are you helping people to tap into their inner, to what their soul is telling them,
Yeah,
not not what society or someone else or a
yeah.
role model is telling them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we are going to do, we are definitely going to connect with our heart, gonna go deeper. And the more we connect with our heart, the more we can bypass the chatter that goes in our brain, and we can actually connect with higher brain, which is in this area, and that's more of the special thing about human that distinguishes from, you know, other animal kingdom. I have a science background, so I always say Homo sapiens, and then
Oh,
other kingdom and other animal kingdom. So yeah, what happens when we are connected with our with that consciousness, um, then we just look more into who I really am, who I am living in this body. And when we have that awareness that this is just a body, and the trust is gonna come from my soul, the being that's living in this body, it's a game changer. It's a game changer.
mm,
um, I have been able to take leaps. It's not just leap of faith, it's just a leap of knowing. I just know it because it's coming from my soul. It's coming from that trust from deep within me. It's not I'm trusting my ability. I know that I have that because it's coming from my soul. And I want that for, I want to share that with more women out there, because I know we all have so much potential and the world need us. And the more ladies who trust themselves, the more love and beauty we're going to see in this world.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The more, I mean, there's, yeah, the more of a nurturing spirit.
Yeah.
Um, Another thing I wanted to, that I saw on your site that I liked, it, you had a topic of, you were asking the question, what is presence?
Yeah.
Can you address that?
Okay, yeah, I would love to. So then, another thing, again, going back to women, the way our brain works, we are always either stuck in past or we are stuck in the future. Especially, again, going back to if you're a mother, we carry so much anxiety and worry for our kids. Or if even if we are not married, it's like, oh, what happened yesterday? Even when we are washing dishes or cooking, it's
Mhm.
like, oh, yesterday I had that conversation with my friend, and then I might have that conversation with the other friend. We are never in the now. And the reason is that because we are in our head. When we are in our head, it's moving. It's moving about what might happen, what could have happened, and that's coming from our lower brain. It's not coming from our heart brain because those are our higher faculties. So when we connect with our heart, we come into the present moment. Just one thing before I go there. So when we are not in the present, we are in the yesterday or maybe tomorrow. Our
Right.
energy is scattered.
Yeah.
So then energy is not present, and that's why so many of women they complain. I just feel so tired all the time. I need to take 4 cup of coffees. Every time I see that status on Facebook, this is my 4th cup of coffee, and I'm like, just connect with your heart. Just connect with your heart. Stay present. So why it even happened when we just put our hand because we have like hand chakra here, electromagnetic field. We just put it in the middle of our chest. Few breaths. We are connecting two electromagnetic field together of our heart and our palm, and we just breathe through it. Everywhere where breath goes, the soul energy goes. So I am bringing the energy of the soul in here.
Mm.
It expands. When it expands, there is a signal that goes to our brain. I explain very scientific way because I have a biology background. That's how I understand. So a signal goes to our brain where the lower brain gets shut off and the higher brain gets activated, this part.
Wow.
Because the signal is much stronger going higher than what's coming down. So when you do that, immediately you snap out of it, be
Mm.
like, I'm in the present moment. What am I creating? What am I doing? Because that's what this part does. It's all about the creation of our life, higher faculties of a human being, the awareness. Then you'll be like, oh, I'm here. The first time I experienced it, I felt like I just arrived on this planet. That's exactly how I felt
Yeah.
because I was always like thinking about yesterday or thinking about tomorrow. And the more we stay in the present moment, the energy is here. If we can bring that a little bit more into our day to day, I don't think so we'll ever be tired
Yeah.
because there's no energy going to waste. Our body's so self-sufficient, bringing energy. Soul is always bringing energy from other dimension, higher self, whatever we want to call it. And the breath, moving the breath there,
Mm.
um, we stay energized all the time and we stay in the present moment. And what is the biggest benefit with that, beside not being tired and not um, taking that energy from our organs? Um, we get to experience life with such a joy because we are in it as it's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like when I'm seeing my son, he's almost 7 years old. When he's eating food, I just sit there and watch him. I'm just present, and he can feel that I am present. I'm not on my phone. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm not in yesterday. I get to see and be with him and connect
Mm.
with him on a level that I won't be able to do if I'm not connected with my heart. I'm not in the present moment. So the joy and excitement of life is very different.
Mm.
It's very different versus when I am stressed and he can feel it too that mommy's stressed.
Sure.
Another human, they can feel it too that this
Oh yeah.
person is just not present
Yeah.
for us. And yeah, it's better than I believe it's better than making those movies and taking pictures and then looking at it and be like, oh, I don't really remember that time when my kid was that age.
Yes.
But when we are present, we are saving it on a cellular level. And I at least feel like I have been with him. I have seen him grow. I didn't miss out because I have been present.
That's beautiful. I am so glad I asked you about presents.
Thank you.
Well, I one thing we'll wrap this up soon, but one thing I wanted to ask you um, before we go is, and I don't like to dwell on 2020, but the one question I'd like to ask you is, what did you learn about yourself in 2020 that will serve you in this coming year and going forward?
So for me, 2020 was the most magical year of my life. Um, because I walked away from a marriage that was not serving me. I surrendered. I learned surrender. I learned to let go. And I discovered and connected with my soul thanks to the lockdown because I wasn't able to connect with so many people face to face. I spent so much time with myself and I learned I am unlimited. I
Mm-hmm.
like truly that was the biggest message I got throughout the whole year, how unlimited I am. And I know that's just gonna, be the groundwork for whatever I create in years and years to come. Because right now my study is just going deeper and deeper into remembering who I really am, uh, and just learning more about my soul. So I'm looking for all kind of teachers, programs that can help me learn more about my soul, not just my physical body. Just want to give a little bit thing over here. We are so obsessed with all kind of tests that we have going on, uh, behavior, behavior wise. I can't even remember name. It's like, oh, what kind of personality you are, this and that.
Oh,
Those
right.
are those are all like, physical. They are
Mm-hmm.
all physical. That's what your brain, how your brain is working. But there is another uh, personality to us. That's who we are as a soul.
Mm.
What do we possess as a soul? And that has become my um, learning passion for the moment, thanks to 2020.
How do you find that?
It's a lot of meditation, and I know the teachers will start to show up. I know I
Uh,
have one teacher who already showed up. So many books showed up. A book started talking to me. I go to Barnes and Noble, and I just stand there. Which book want to come home with me today? And then I go through them. One speaks up, and I bring one book home, and it's such a beautiful journey. I know I am just starting it. It's such a beautiful journey. And I know once I know more, I can guide other people on that path too. But that happened just because of 2020,
yeah,
going deeper with my soul.
yeah, yeah. It's interesting. I really, and that is a powerful word, unlimited.
Yeah.
That is a very powerful word. So yeah, and words are incredibly powerful. The I chose a word for myself this in last year, and it had an incredible impact on my year. And Peter encouraged me to do that, and so I did that. And I encourage everybody that I talk to choose something, an intention for yourself for the year, because it helps you in every decision that you have to make. Is this heading me towards that goal, and or is it heading me away from it?
Yeah.
So
The word that I chose for 2021 is presence because I figured out if I stay present with my heart, I will figure out who I really am. I will remember how unlimited I am. And in August 2020, my sister asked me, like, we were just all the sister out for dinner, going around the table, what's your goal for next 12 months? And I said, I want to live as my full potential.
mm,
And that is connected to like, the unlimited being that we all are. So I'm interested to see what's happening next. So excited.
Very exciting. It's very exciting. So one thing in closing, can you tell us what book you're reading right now?
So right now I am reading Working with the Law.
Oh, okay. I know this book. I love
Yeah.
it.
So I'm reading this right now, and it's a really deep book. It's like read one page at a time book,
Yes,
and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
yes, that's what I found. We should do a whole nother broadcast on that.
Yeah.
Like
I
like
think we can talk forever on that.
right? But I mean we could do like a couple pages at a time and do a whole broadcast on a
Yeah.
couple pages at a time. So yeah, that is really good. I'm glad I have that in my library and I haven't pulled it out for a while. But that's definitely something actually yeah, I need to pull that back out.
Yeah.
So, well, listen, it was just a pleasure and a privilege to speak with you. I got so much out of, so I did so much self-reflection while you were talking.
Thank
It
you.
was really, it was so, I want to remind people where they can find you. This is your website, aliajamalcoaching.com, and then your Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
So your courses that you have coming up will be posted on there,
Yeah.
and I encourage people to get a hold of you and at least join your group because you've got so much content that you put out there, even with someone who doesn't join the course. But I'm sure once being in there for a while, I'm sure they'll want to jump in with you.
Yeah.
So thank you
So
so much, Alia, and enjoy your evening with your little guy.
thank you so much, Peg. Thank you. Massive gratitude here for giving me the opportunity to talk. And I'm still getting to know more about you. And it's so amazing. It's so wonderful to connect with you.
It is, and I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful for this platform that we can come together on, and that you can share with everyone here. So
Thank you
thanks
so much.
everyone for jumping on, and enjoy the rest of your evening, and much love to you.
Bye, guys.